Welcome to Red Talks. This week we have a very special guest, former WBC? WBA. I fucked already.
The oldest belt.
The oldest belt, super middleweight champion of the world.
Yes,
the entire world.
Yeah.
How does, as someone who has wished he was hard all his life, how does that feel?
It feels great.
Yeah.
It makes you feel hard, I suppose.
I bet, do you walk through the airport and go, I could beat all of you up? Because I would feel like that.
It's not exclusive to the airport.
Everywhere.
Most places, yeah.
That must feel amazing.
Yeah. I mean, sort of as time's gone on and, retirement crept in and then, I'm a few years past, been retired now for 8 years.
Yeah.
So now I've got to keep checking myself and I'm like, am I still the hardest man in the room?
Because when you beat Eubank in 2017, was it? That feels like... Was that 2017?
I think it was 2018.
2018.
So yeah, I mean,
It doesn't feel like that long ago.
It doesn't.
Because I remember I worked in this restaurant called Number 10 Greek Street on Greek Street.
Was it on Greek Street?
Yeah, surprisingly. And I remember you were fighting Froch for the second time, and it was just this. It was a whole week build up. To it.
Yeah.
Which that feels like a lifetime ago to me. I don't know why.
It was a long time ago now. So that was the first one was 2013.
Yeah.
Second one was 2014. So the rematch, yeah. So that's 12 years ago. Yeah.
And you the first one, obviously, he was.
Yeah, he was out. He was gone. Yeah. He was. He came back from the dead like a Night Walker in Game of Thrones. But that's how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah,
Built up for the second one. And then we really had to go. We tried to make it huge. Well, I did at least. I was best promoter on the planet at that point. Wanted, we're going to Wembley. It was
as Froch has mentioned before.
Yeah, Froch. If you've ever met Froch, you will know that. He knocked me out in front of 80,000 people at Wembley Stadium. And if you don't know, he will tell you.
Yeah. Well, he was talking to Mayweather, wasn't he? And he goes,
yeah, that's
80,000 people at Wembley, as I know. But yeah, he seems like. Do you get on with him now? Because what you two did was it real? How real is the hatred? Or when boxers square up, it's like, well, they've got to.
Yeah, for me, it was always real. Yeah, and I think that's what you could sort of see.
Yeah,
it was authentic. Sometimes you can see it's kind of manufactured and but like it. Yeah, for me and Froch, it was real. He didn't want to let it go, and then I was going to be willing to let it go once I beat him, and then he beat me, so I couldn't let it go.
Yeah.
And it rambled on for years after, and I think for me, I couldn't sort of forgive him or forgive anyone until I won a world title, so I could walk around like the hardest chap in the airport.
Yeah. And
then I was like, well, I got there in the end, and then that's sort of the beginning of the end, really, because the fight is starting to leave you. The desperation to be the guy, to be the man, and you're like, well, I'm there now, and that's when it's as which one used to say it? I think it was Marvin Hagler said it's hard to go running in silk pajamas.
Yeah.
Once you're at the top and everyone's hunting you down, it's slightly different. So we had a media engagement after. I think we worked for Sky. We were doing punditry on Sky together, and I remember thinking, what's it going to be like? Because I want to be on good behaviour because the production team's there and the rest of it. But also, I'm not bowing down if he's not. But he didn't. I ended up getting there a little bit late, so I was like already embarrassed. Like, sorry, chaps.
That was mind games.
Sit down. Yeah. And then he came storming over. I was like, right, that's it. Drop my little notepad, whatever I had on me, loosen the shoulders. I was thinking, right, give him some verbal abuse, but he didn't. He killed me with kindness off the bat.
Nice.
Yeah, so then it was like...
And then you two did a show together at Shepherd's Bush Empire. I also did a show there, 1,200 people. I'm doing Carl Froch.
Empire, yeah.
So is it all right now?
Yeah, no, it's good. We've done a lot of shows together, so we'll do the meet and greet type shows. That was for my podcast back in a few years ago now, so that was a little bit different.
Yeah.
So that was on the stage, and that was doing some fun and just going through the routine that it became.
Do you not go for pints with him or anything?
Not like he lives in Nottingham, so that's a long way for a pint with Froch. And, but if he's around, if we are doing a show together and we end up, so we toured the country, like we would be here, there, and everywhere. And then after the show, like, we going home tonight, or do you want to go for a beer? So yeah, sometimes we had a good night out in Edinburgh, and
do people see you together and go, "This is what's going on"?
It spins them out.
Yeah, I bet.
Really,
because it's like a all-time rivalry.
Yeah, they'll be shocked and sometimes appalled, and then they'll question themselves. They'll question the rivalry. They'll question, was it all? It's like, time's a healer, and he's all right. in
Yeah.
small doses. Like if I'm with him too often, and I'm like, oh, he's getting on my nerves again, and he might say the same about me.
Yeah.
But,
I saw a clip of you talking about him ages ago when you said he's like David Brent, which it's weird with Froch because I hated him for ages, and he's really grown on me. I watch his YouTube channel, and I think some of it's tongue in cheek, isn't it? He's being funny.
He's so dry. He's so Brent that he Brents himself. Like he goes too far. And then he'll panic halfway through, and then he's trying to claw it back. And whereas if you take him at face value, where you're like he's on the wind up to start with, but he will wind himself up so far that and
then it becomes real.
So
because I saw him talking about Big John Fury. He's like a big fighting man. He's doing impressions of him, but then you can see he actually wants to probably fight him now.
Yeah, if you watch the Tales with Carl Froch, there's a slight glint in the eye when all of a sudden and the voice gets a tiny bit higher. So when he's in full control of his emotions and he has no real intention of a fight, then he's it's like this, it's like that. But then when it's been sort of maybe stuck on him, like the last time he had his first little gig for Netflix. And then obviously John Fury's storming around the venue, shouting out
topless.
And Froch probably wasn't prepared for that mentally, didn't know how he was going to play it. He's got to protect his audience on YouTube, who are very much Carl Froch. He's Carl Froch, the fighting man, the Hall of Famer and the rest of it, and the hardest man in Sheriff of Nottingham, all that jazz. So when he was calling out John next, he wants to play it right. He doesn't want to show weakness. Also, he doesn't want to look greedy. He doesn't want to look like he's trying to get a fight and earn a few quid. So maybe they will fight and he'll donate it all to charity.
How old is John Fury? 65 years old or something like that. He's too old. And he's a terrifying man, but he wasn't a top-level fighter in his day.
No, I haven't looked up his record. He was a pro.
Like 13 wins, 4 losses. He lost to... I can't remember. He got knocked out by someone who I'd sort of heard of.
Right.
Surely. He gouged a man's eye out, didn't he?
Not on my watch. I don't know. Apparently
he went to jail. Yeah.
I think he went to jail for it.
Yeah.
So
I saw because they did a program when Fury fought Wilder and he couldn't go over because it was in America.
Yeah. I did back in the day when I was a lot more controversial and Twitter was a thing.
Oh, nice.
I remember tweeting when Tyson did the deal with Channel 5 and I said, it's just so his dad could watch the fight in prison. And I was like, shall I press it? Shall I? Yeah. I think it went under the radar, really.
No, did they never call you out on it?
Fury didn't know.
No.
But I never... So I like... I was on squad with Fury, so we boxed together for England. We travelled...
Really?
Yeah, we went to the juniors, so like the under-19s, we went to Morocco for the World Championships. There was a solid 18 months where we were sort of on the England team at the same time. We were the same age, but he was always that big. And he was
he 6'9"?
6'9", 19
That's not
stone.
even a height.
And he was when he's 17 fighting other 17-year-olds who are 5'9".
Yeah,
but 6 foot wide.
And he never went to the Olympics. He lost to David Price.
He lost. Yeah. So Price was the number one at that point. He went and he won a bronze medal. Price was a really good fighter. He never really transitioned into the pros so well. But and Fury did. So
Fury's he's just been such good value for British and world boxing for so long.
Yeah, I mean that's what boxing essentially is half sport, half entertainment. And if you can, I like the humour that he's got. And when it comes through, I remember he showed up at a press conference. He showed up dressed as Batman, but he came with small people.
Dwarves?
Dwarfs.
Yeah.
Should we say dwarfs?
On this podcast, you can.
Security dwarfs, yeah. And it's like, it probably has been done a million times, but for me, it was the first time I've ever seen it. I thought that was genius. 6'9", and he's got a 3'9" chap ushering people out the way.
Yeah, and he had the really childish. I remember he was going to fight David Hay, and he's like David, because Hay's nickname for anyone who doesn't know is the Haymaker. And you go, David Haymaker, more like David Gaymaker. But that doesn't even work because you're suggesting he makes people gay.
Yeah,
because he's irresistible. Yeah.
John Fury's most famous opponents is Henry Akinwande.
That's why I didn't want to say it, because of the name. Didn't want to get it wrong. Would look bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. He was that guy fought a few people. I remember him being around at some point. But what's Fury like? Is he just fun? Because it seems like you never know what's happening with him.
Yeah, I mean, our paths haven't really crossed since he turned professional, and
But like 19-year-old Fury, what was that like?
Yeah, no, he was very different, like very conservative. You know, he was nowhere near the character he was that you see today.
Yeah.
He wasn't larger than life. If anything, he was quite shy and just reserved.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure when
the throne entrance with the Versace suit with his face all over.
Yeah, so maybe it was always in him.
Yeah.
Surely it was. But he was. Yeah, he played it quite cool. He was pretty reserved. You'd have to describe him that way.
Did you think, he's going to be a future champ? No one ever knows.
Not really, not really. I mean, because of his size, there was always going to be potential. But yeah, David Price beat him. There was, I can't remember who else would have been around at that point, super heavyweights. But and even in the early stages of his pro career, he was looking. He didn't look like he was going to be able to go and dethrone Klitschko. When he did. So that was
an upset. I remember that.
A massive upset, and he got in Klitschko's head. Maybe got him at the right time as well, and went out there and done the job. And that's ultimately where the respect comes from me and from everyone. It has to be that when you show up on the night and make it count. And Fury's done that time and time again. His only losses against Usyk, but Usyk's a special talent, so that's just the way it goes.
Yeah. Usyk's insane. I think one of the best of all time. Would you say?
Yeah, he's got to be one of the best heavyweights.
I watched him versus Joshua at Tottenham, the first fight.
Yep.
And he just came out. He sort of seemed like it was just no one with him, but it was like AJ came out to fireworks. I think there was a flaming AJ. There was definitely stuff like that going on. Big letters.
Yeah.
And Usyk just came out with this weird little thing on his head, and then he was like, the camera went to him, and he was sort of before, like, just pre-ring when they're out, but the ring walk's not started yet. They're like, and he just sort of, and my wife was there, and she's like, looks like he's meditating, and it was like 90,000 people booing him, and he looked completely zen.
Yeah,
and I thought, oh, this is this is a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, no, he's
These Eastern Europeans they're just hard people, aren't they?
They are. Their upbringing, their schooling is pretty tough. You imagine a lot more of the population want to be boxers, want to be athletes, and he would have grown up in maybe a training regime that is sort of ex-Soviet Union.
Yeah,
still has that that knowledge that those guys had, and he was. He's just incredible, really.
Yeah.
You think about it, because there was a time when he was a middleweight as an amateur.
Mad.
And now
What did he win the Olympic? He won Olympic at heavyweight, but that Olympic heavyweight is low because it's
Olympic heavyweight is the same as cruiserweight.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, so he's and then unified cruiserweight, moved up to heavyweight, and unified there. I mean, it's
beating everyone. Joshua twice, Fury twice, Dubois twice.
He's run out of people to fight.
I don't know why he doesn't retire.
I just think he doesn't. I don't know. Yeah, he could. He really could, or maybe just fancies boxing.
Loves it.
It's
He's
just
nearly
like
40, isn't he?
no one's close. Yeah, I'm 38. I think he's older than me, so he's got to be pushing 40.
So how old were you when you retired?
30.
30. What's that? Because I suppose your whole life. When did you start boxing? Like how? 10. Is it weird to just suddenly because I remember hearing like Frank Bruno just couldn't handle stopping. And there was always stories, I don't know if this is tabloid lies, but they said he had a ring in his garden and he'd played the noise. Because it's, how do you get the rush back,
Yeah, well, I think you can chase that rush. But really what happens, well, at least this is my experience, is as you get older and the fights get bigger and, more goes into it, and then you fight and you win, and you're like, is that all? The effort to reward it gets harder and harder. Your other things creep into your life, like you start having a family, and then the kids you want to spend some time with them. You want to help the missus, put them to bed.
Yeah.
You want to try and get 11 hours sleep like you used to, but you can't. So things like that come into play, and really it just sort of runs its course. At me at 30, I thought, this can be quite cool. I'm gonna leave with something still left on the table.
Yeah.
and that was the plan. But it was an intense period. It was like 10 years as a professional, but it felt a lot longer.
Yeah,
when I think like I haven't boxed for the last 8 years, that's gone super quick. But maybe that's just relative to me getting old.
And do you miss it at all?
Not really. Sometimes you'll miss the big event. So like if I'm there, I was ringside for Eubank Ben, and like I've boxed Eubank, and you're watching. I used to beat him, yeah. I used to love the ring walks, and you know that was the best bit for me, like the bravado of getting into the ring. I don't like the fight as well.
Do you go? Is it like fuck? What's going to happen here? I never know. Like it's hard to tell. People are always trying to mentally work out, well, how does he look? Because there's been fights. I watched Joshua come out against Ruiz, and I was like, he looks odd. And I wasn't just saying, that's not me after time. It was genuinely like, he doesn't look right.
Yeah, I think it can certainly be a case. Like if you're not ready or if something's gone wrong in the build-up, it might be evident on your face. You know? And no one ever says like, how's your camp been? How's training gone? You go, not very good, Red. Like, I broke my leg last week.
Never heard of
it's been great.
Yeah.
It's like, so you have to just get on with it. And then afterwards you go, camp wasn't so good. I broke my leg. It's like, he's making excuses. Well,
I had a guy who I knew who hated trash talk from boxers. He's not a boxer. He can't fight at all. But he would go, the boxers should have to listen to everything they said before the fight. And he wanted it so the boxer has to leave the ring the same way they came in if they'd lost. And I'm like, that's just ridiculous. But what I was always trying to explain to him, like, no one can go, yeah, look, this guy's he's solid, let's face it. Probably last about 3 rounds. You can't do that, can you?
That's not ideal. I mean,
no.
Trash talk must be where you would come into your own, yeah? As a stand-up comedian.
The fight week, I'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
But the actual fight would be terrible.
Yeah, sometimes I would spend a little bit too much time thinking about what I'm going to say.
Oh, great.
As opposed to... I love that bit. I love the trash talk.
Yeah,
I love the
great at it as well.
Yeah.
Well, you and Froch are a great team.
Yeah, because he bit at everything. So whatever was said, it was coming.
What was your favourite thing you'd say to wind him up then?
I said he was... we did an episode of Ringside, which was like a weekly boxing show on Sky. And I almost got him to cry because he was so frustrated. and there's Eddie Hearn, the promoter, in between us. Yeah. And then I'm like a little boy at Christmas. I'm so excited because I think he's going to shed a tear. And
what were you saying?
He lost his, he couldn't get his breath out. And the eyes started to glass over, and I was like, yes, I'm trying to get my head around Eddie Hearn to say, he's going to cry. He's going to cry. And then with that, he goes, a couple of deep breaths, he pulls it back. But then when I watch it back, it's just bullying. He's like, I'm the youngest in this row by 15 years, but I'm bullying Carl Froch, like, at this point, and it's almost uncomfortable to watch. Like, so I don't really go back to it, but Froch was always so easy because at this point, when I fought him, he felt he deserved, like, godlike status of, respect. And what he probably thought I'd do is I come in and do the usual where people don't want to tell the truth, and they'll go, I'm going to try my best, and Froch is amazing, and I'm just happy to be here. Whereas I was more like, I don't even think he's that good. He'd had all these fights, but I could pick holes in every single one, and ultimately he's trying to protect his legacy at this point, so he doesn't want me going, hold on, that you boxed Darrell, I thought he was lucky that night. And that guy didn't. Hey, hold on, you're saying you're undefeated, but Kessler beat you in Finland 2 years ago or whatever it was. So yeah, he was just ready to go.
And he lost to Ward at that point?
Yeah, he lost to Ward. His last 2 fights were against me, which he wins both. But he'd lost it. He'd gone in the Super Series. He'd got to the final. He got beat by Ward in the final. And then he come back and he boxed Boutte, and he beat Boutte really well. Yeah. But then, so that's probably his best win on paper. But I'm just like, Boutte was shit, mate.
Yeah.
But Boutte, he looked scared. Was he ill?
Yeah.
Was he crashed a weight? What's wrong with him? Like, that's not really that good. You're a gunslinger. Like, you punch, you're just a street thug. So this is what I'm going to do to you. And he just wound himself up.
Really?
And
that
bad.
seemed to work though.
It did. It really worked. after the first fight, he went and got a sports psychologist to talk him down off the roof.
Really?
I was, you know, and at that point, that's when I ended up chasing it because I was having so much fun winding him up, and it was just so easy that he just then he just stopped replying. At this point, we'd end up following each other. Again, it's Twitter, the Twitter days. And I was sending him a weekly countdown. So I was just like every 9 weeks TikTok. And he'd be like 9 weeks to go. And he'd be like, oh. And I was like, oh, I just wanted him to say something back. And then he was obviously getting coached saying, just don't reply. And then I got blocked. I got blocked after about 2 weeks of that.
That's
so I started sending it to his brother. Because he had a brother, Lee, who's... at the time, he won't mind me saying because he's very open about it. He was an alcoholic, and he was all over the place, and he would have been chaos for Carl to have dealt with. So, and anything goes in the boxing world. I would never cross the line and get like personal talking about like his like wife or kids or anything like that. But with the brother, if the brother wants to be involved and mouth off at me at press conferences and the rest of it,
so he was turning up and going.
Oh yeah, he would be there and. Carl's now trying to not talk. Yeah. So Lee was like, this is my chance. So Lee would come in. It's like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
It was like that. But
and what would you tweet at the brother then?
Oh yeah, I can't remember now. I'm definitely giving him the countdown, and then he would give like a long spiel back, which I wouldn't reply to, and then I'll just give him away another week because I was 7 weeks to go.
Yeah. So you must have been satisfying for him to have won that fight. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I mean,
probably the most satisfying win of his career.
Yeah, must have been. Yeah. I mean, it's like all credit to Carl. Like he had a long career, and then all of a sudden, I was not wanted, but I popped up. I'm a hard fight, you know.
Well, he thought he was going to beat you.
I mean, I think he just wanted to believe that he'd beat me easy, but he probably somewhere deep down knew that it was tough, and that's why he acted the way he did, and that's why after the first fight he had to take the rematch to avenge that win that he had, and go, you know, put himself really through it, and he did, and he done so well. And to end your career the way someone did, like through the best punch of his career was the last punch of his career. He shut me up in front of 80,000.
How did that feel waking up in front of 80,000 people?
I was like, I'm looking up at the stars this time rather than usually you're looking up at the ceiling.
That shot was ridiculous. It was
So he you know, he makes out like he's exactly all set up from the get-go. It wasn't. It was just us switched off. And then I'm trying to throw a hook because I told everyone in the build I'm going to knock him out of a left hook. I had no intention of doing that. But I was going through the fight and I was thinking, how cool would that be if I did knock him out of a left hook? So I'm hooking and he just comes across. And, I mean, it's right on the target. My head rolls. I sort of go down and sort of fall on my leg. Like it's a proper implosion. And I just all I can really gauge, and you think it's a memory, you're still not sure, but I just remember going, oh, I'm down, and then shooting up, but the referee's like 7, 8, and then he waves it off, and I look to my corner as if to say, have they robbed me again? And he's like, no. I was like, I've been done. But that was really tough because that's boxing in that you're surmised by one punch now. Like your whole, you know, everything that I'd done up to that day was like, he was never any good. I was like, what about the first fight? It's like, no. Froch was always going to do him. He's just knocked him out. It's like when I was winning the second fight, I was up on the cards, just got caught. But that's boxing. Maybe that doesn't happen in comedy.
Well, the thing in
can you land one joke and then you're like,
no, it's a lot. It's not the same. Like you're saying, retiring. Comedians don't really retire, or we should. But there isn't the same health risks to continue, you know?
Well, I don't know. It's just tough, isn't it?
But it's
tough to be on the road and...
Yeah, that's it. Bad living and stuff. But more that if you do a bad gig, it's not like being a bad fight, you know?
You're not in the hospital after.
No. Not definitely not like that. Because that is... I mean, that's the thing, is sort of... That is just like, it's a 4-second mistake. You probably watch that back and gone, I could have so easily avoided that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's like that would have been handy if I didn't get it. What ifs. But I don't want to lean into them what ifs and what could have been. Because you just torture yourself, really. Yeah. And then, you know, as I say, retired at 30.
But also,
be happy with your accomplishments.
Even losing in front of 80,000 people at Wembley is a massive win. Do you know what I mean? In my opinion. But then I never got, you know, like, it's I suppose the level you got to at boxing, you can't think like that, or that you would never have gotten there.
Yeah, no, I remember because it's the business side of things, and I was thinking, well, I've come a long way in 8 months. I've got to kind of protect what I've achieved some way, and say I could easily have just got, oh yeah, that was good. No, let's move on. So I was like, right, well, hopefully I've made a couple of fans, a couple of people on my side, and I've showed that I'm decent and I can box. And I was in a taxi on the way home from Wembley, and I wrote a tweet out saying, "Oh shit, I think I just got knocked out in front of 80,000 people," and it done well. It got a lot of traction. But I remember writing it in the car and showing it to my wife, and her going, "Ooh," and I was like, "Should I post it?" She's like, "Whatever you want." I was like, "Do you think is it funny? Is it funny?" That's what I was looking at. Will it land? And she's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah." So I posted it, and it did. It got tweet of the year with, I think, GQ or Zoo, one of the lads mags. Yeah. So he had like 80,000 retweets. Yeah. So I would rather have won and not writ the tweet, but the tweet was like that. At that point, you have to show a bit of humility.
Of course.
So, but that's tough.
But there hadn't been a stadium fight like that for years. I don't remember, because
that was the first time they went. Yeah. So there'd been sort of small key stadium fights, but not like 80,000. Post-war attendance record.
Yeah.
At the time, so they always say they broke the record. They just got a couple more bods in there.
Really.
Got to apply to Brentford Council, whoever it is, and pay for more police or whatnot. So I think the record's been beaten by Joshua and Fury and whatnot, but the truth of the matter is, we could have sold that out 2-3 times over. Really, everyone wanted to be there.
Yeah.
Well,
it was just the biggest fight for years.
Yeah, it just captured the public's imagination. Yeah. It's like you don't really get that in boxing, where you've had a great build up and then a great fight with a massive controversy. So the hype train just keeps on going. Yeah.
Well, like Ben Eubank Jr.
Yeah. So I mean that dragged on.
The egg was brilliant.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, I don't care about this. Yeah. And then I saw the egg. Anyone listening who doesn't know, there was Ben failed a drugs test. They were due to fight, failed a drugs test, said it was from too many eggs, and Eubank sneaked eggs into the press conference and slapped him in the face with one. For someone like Conor Ben, he's got a temper, shall we say.
Yeah.
So, when someone with a huge temper gets something, you go, oh, because it's like rattling a cage. And if you're not there and you can watch from the screen, it's satisfying, weirdly.
Yeah, it was. I mean, if you're team Conor Ben, you're like, oh, but really, it was brilliant from Eubank, because he's got like he must have sewn a pocket into his like Louis Vuitton jacket, because they lean in and they have a little whisper, and he pulls out something and then claps him with the egg.
Doom, plank. And it's so prepared. And then you see afterwards on Instagram, he took a photo of inside of his pocket and he had 6 eggs still in there.
In case he missed the first.
And there's a picture of Ben, who just looks so angry, and he's got literally egg on his face. And Eubank Jr. reposted it saying, excellent.
Yeah.
Boxing, for me, I love it for there's that outside stuff. I put some people off. I love all that stuff.
Yeah.
The build-up and stuff.
We did a panel show before the fight with Chris Eubank Sr., who was distraught at how bad that his son had behaved. At this point, they were getting on.
I heard him on Talksport.
And he goes, "This is not good. You can't strike someone with an egg. This is not legacy." And I just leant in and went, "It's eggacy, isn't it, Chris?" but he just didn't. He doesn't even take a breath. He just carries on with his talk. And so,
shut up.
Then I'm trying to hold my face. I was like, "It's eggacy, isn't it, Chris?" I was proud of that one. I thought he would have got a mock the week or something. Nothing. No. Tumbleweeds, but not because everyone was scared to do it. So we had Harlem, cousin Harlem Eubank on one side, and afterwards he said, "Oh man, I was dying inside with eggacy."
It's great.
And, but they're polarizing characters, the dad and the son, and the dad in particular. There's a lot of knowledge in there. He's been around a long time, and he's just got the most unique way of delivering it. And also, sometimes he can't be bothered with it, and sometimes he can't be bothered, but he has to. So you can really gauge all these demeanours that he brings to the table.
How much is it real, do you think, from Eubank Senior?
Eubank Senior, I think he's pretty like. When he says he's upset with his son, he's definitely upset with his son. Like, the reasons he's using behind it, you might be like, nah, that's not really why.
He's a kid from a poor background in South London who then suddenly has this voice like he went to Eton, which he's obviously picked up from somewhere. So I always just went, what happens when the door closes? Do you just sit down and go,
Yeah.
You know, it must be exhausting keeping whatever that is. I know he's probably done it for so long, it's now him. But that voice isn't. Where's the voice from?
Yeah,
you know, I think he grew up in Brixton or something. You know, in the
he spent time in the States, and then he came back, and he must have settled in Brighton. And
with the
then
big buses
he was driving a big truck,
which fucking so impractical. Have you driven in Brighton? It's hell. So it's
trying to get down the lanes.
Oh shit! I forgot some pesto. I got to go back out. It's ridiculous. He was brilliant. Him and his dad, him and Nigel. That story of the two sons fighting. So I was listening to Simon Jordan. It's like, the thing is, it's not a fight. It's just because of this. You go, yeah, but that's enough. The fact that you have two guys who hate each other so much, which is, Nigel and Eubank Senior, who have these two amazing fights, and then the chance of them having two sons who not only are similar age, or, was he 8 years older than, but it doesn't really matter. But the fact that they then become boxers who then fight, but not only do they have a fight, they hate each other in the same way their dads did. And it is genuine. But also what's funny is they're the mirror image. Eubank Jr. has the same similar voice, is very sort of, and Connor's just like Nigel. He's like a fucking pit bull who's always angry. Well, Nigel's different now, but it was that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think you're dead right. And looking at footage from back in the day, it was Eubank Senior winding up,
of course,
Nigel Benn, and the same this time around.
He would have done the egg.
Yeah,
he thinks but the egg might have been poached. On a platter.
Yeah, he would have done eggs Benedict in the face or something.
Yeah.
And if you want to know about his accent, so he has spoke about it.
Yeah.
He copied it from the Upstairs Downstairs period drama. Because he wanted to copy the upstairs.
So I want to be upstairs.
Yeah. And also he said it helped with the speech impediment by leaning into this voice. So there you go.
Because I think Tyson had a speech impediment, Mike Tyson as well. So there's something to be said. See a 7-year-old who's talking weird, watch out, because he'll fucking kill you in 20 years. God. That's obviously something then, I suppose, learning to fight. When did you start? But were you 10 when you started? What, did you just love it? Or
yeah, I was good at it, so I loved it.
What club did you start at?
So I boxed at a gym in Notting Hill called Dale Youth. And
is that the area you're from then?
I'm from Hammersmith, sort of West London. Yeah. So I'm Londoner, proper Londoner. And so our gym's kind of famous because James DeGale came out the same gym.
Yeah.
So we trained together. He's a couple of years older than me. So we were just like sparring partners and that. And then all of a sudden he came down to middleweight as I came up to middleweight. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we boxed each other and I beat him.
Yeah.
But he then went to the Olympics and won gold. So it's on. And we both turned professional at the same time. So that's the true rivalry for me is DeGale. So we haven't I haven't squashed it with him entirely, but we have seen each other, and I don't know what he's up to these days. It seems like he's pushing for like a Misfits fight or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, because he came back and had, I think it was last year, and he had a bare knuckle fight, which is just savagery. I don't know if you've been watching.
I don't watch it. It's too rank. Conor McGregor started his own league.
It might have been Conor McGregor's,
and he's playing this role of like the sort of Vince McMahon kind of. Tonight, and he's got half of Colombian rainforest up his nose.
You might need to be
that much. Yeah. Have you met Conor?
No, I don't think I have.
No,
I don't think I have.
I went to an event of one. It was weird actually. I was going to ask you because Sonny Edwards. I walked in. He was outside just having a fag, and I was like, "Isn't he got a fight soon?" But he talked about that on TalkSport the other day, so I didn't never quit smoking.
Oh really?
When he was boxing, yeah.
He's
that can't help.
No, I can't look on the sunny side for that, can you?
Yeah.
He's just, I think I've seen him smoking recently, and he still looks weird because you don't see people smoking so much now. I mean, maybe you do when you're touring and that, but you might see loads of people vaping, but
Yeah, a
you
lot of
rarely you
vaping.
see someone smoking. So when you see someone smoking and they used to box, like, are you okay? He's
Yeah,
like, I've
yeah.
been smoking my whole life.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. But it's not ideal.
You
is
never
it?
smoked anything?
No.
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 Right, yes.
No. I had 2 instructions from my dad as a kid. One was don't work on a building site. That's what he did, and don't smoke. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, cool.
Did he smoke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smoked. My mum and dad smoked their whole life, but they're that generation. They started smoking when they were like 11, 12.
Yeah.
You know, and they don't smoke anymore. They got like the fake cigarettes.
Oh, so
Probably
how
even
long
worse.
did they smoke for before they quit?
Oh, 50 years.
Okay, because I'm trying to quit at the moment.
Oh yeah, you should quit.
I don't smoke unless I'm having a drink, which is the worst thing. So I'll go like 5 days without.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, and then
so got
and then
you
the minute
fancy
I
a
have a
fag,
pint,
so
I'm
you've
like,
got to have a drink.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
Yeah.
Just drink it in the morning.
Exactly.
Hate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's because I remember Sir Joseph Parker. I mean, it's out there, isn't he? He got done for coke the week of a fight. But I don't think he should even be not allowed to fight because that's not helping. Do you know what I mean? It's like when a footballer gets banned for weed, and you go, "How do you think him smoking skunk is going to help?" It's actually you should give him more time. You know?
Yeah, weed's not ideal really because it just makes you want to relax and do nothing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah, I'd
it
love
might be-
someone to smoke weed before a fight with me. It'd be great.
Yeah.
It'd almost be, if you found out Froch had a bong before your fight, you'd be like, yeah, this is great.
Don't give him ideas.
No,
You tell everyone that's what you
no,
did as well.
No.
Oh yeah, and the cocaine. I mean, some guys. There was a lad called Liam Cameron who got a long suspension because he had trace of cocaine, and he said he didn't take it, and it was just he's handling money where he sold tickets for his fight, and somehow
Yeah.
it's got up his nose, and maybe that's the case. I don't know, but yeah, it's a strange one to get done with.
How
for
long was he
coke.
banned? Because people get banned, like Big Baby Miller's been banned twice. Was fighting the other day through a record of 1,000 punches or something.
Yeah.
Someone should test him. You know what I mean? He's 25 stone.
So Big Baby Miller, I remember before the Joshua fight because some of the guys I know were taking care of it, but they're English,
Yeah.
these agents. They don't know what's going on day to day out there in America, and he genuinely thought that Joshua can't be this good if he's not just dosed up, like just cycling everything. So he's like, I'll just do the same. And then
Really?
when the drugs guy comes, I'll just pay him off.
No.
And the drugs guy came and he tried to pay him off,
Fuck.
and they went, no, that's not a thing. We're gonna take you. And then he's like, oh, you got human growth hormone, you've got this anabolic steroid, this anabolic. It's not just like a little peptide he's trying to slip through. He was cycling. Like a cyclist.
And he's always
yeah.
gonna be, so he's open and be like, I'm going to do this.
Well, I don't think he
He's done it
obviously
twice
did in public,
as well.
and then he got busted. Then the second time he got busted was he and this may be true because who knows, but he took what do they call it? They call it like Python or Viper or something, some Viagra type supplement, should we say, in America that was actually laced with loads of other dodgy shit, and that might make your dick hard or not. I'm not sure, but if you're going to go down that route, go down the battery factory tested stuff. Don't get the ones that have traces of steroids in it because your dick's hard, but now you're not boxing, mate.
Yeah.
It's all
You
over the
just got
shop.
a stiffy.
So yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah, but he's back, and that's boxing.
back.
If you're valuable enough, then they'll look after you. If
Did
you're not-
anyone test him after the fight recently? 1,000 punches?
Yeah, I don't know. He's always been that chap who can throw a load of punches, but now it's always going to be question marks. You're like, oh right, you're doing well for yourself. Oh, must be because you're cheating.
Yeah.
Sometimes like someone will get busted in a gym, and then like you start questioning the other lads in the gym. It's feel bad for them. You're like, well, he's gone on a bit of a run. He's on a good run.
Yeah.
Are they?
He's
You're
frothing at the
guilty
mouth
by
and
association.
knocking everyone out. What? Do you believe it when someone says my eggs are contaminated or the beef was?
I don't
Is
know.
that possible?
I don't know. I remember when I was boxing, my worst fear was testing positive for something.
Yeah.
When I actually wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't drink water. Like in the changing room, I brought my own water. It had to be like sealed water, and then I wouldn't touch anyone else's because I would just be like, oh, what if I'm going to get done? You don't take paracetamol or normal stuff just in case it flags somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
And you have to be really on it because if you've had an injury, if you've you ain't openly saying, "Oh, I fractured a metacarpal like in training," but I've had an injection in there to speed up the recovery. You got to know exactly what it is. So you fill it out in the form and you get like an exemption. So I don't know, if you're really clever and you're with these doctors now, and there are a couple of doctors who are openly saying, "Oh, I know how to get you through, get you past the system," but ultimately boxing, you just got my idea is let's stick to the rules, and then my conscience is clear, so if that's banned, I'm not touching it. If I can get another advantage, I'll take it. If I can,
you're psychologically, as you did.
Yeah, absolutely. If I can
wind them up,
if
find their drunk brother and fuck with them,
fuck them up, But so the gloves have got to weigh 10 ounce. You're wearing 10-ounce gloves, right? So I'll come and I'll have like horsehair, like puncher's Grant gloves. So like they're like, they're lethal weapons, really. And then my opponent, if case he wants a pair, he's gonna have these like pillows that I've found. They've also called Grant, but they're not horsehair. They're like orthopedic foam, so they're like lovely and cushioned and padded. He can wear his own gloves, but if you don't want to wear his own gloves, he can have my nice cushiony gloves. Mine are gonna hurt him a lot more when I hit you with them than your ones.
So why would he pick the cushiony ones? Why wouldn't he bring his own?
Sometimes it depends. If it's like a big title fight, then
champ gets to pick the gloves.
You can sort of you put it in the contract. You can wear your own gloves, and you've got to bring them, and they've got to be factory sealed, and you've got to have 2 for yourself, but then you've got to have some for them in case they want to wear your gloves. But yeah, sometimes when it's just an opponent, you just go, there you go, buddy. That's yours.
The soft ones.
Enjoy them, mate.
It's
just a foam finger or something. So there's that's just one of loads of ways.
How was it your parents watching you fight? Did they come or not?
Yeah, they came. I mean, near the end, they didn't because I think their nerves were too bad.
Yeah.
But
were they at Froch? You too?
Yeah, so my dad sat ringside at Froch. My mum was up in the box. They didn't. I don't think so. Like my second to last fight was Eubank. I'm pretty sure they didn't come to Eubank. I think by then they were like, I can't hack it anymore. My dad, I might get it wrong, might be doing injustice, but I think my dad dropped out before my mum. She said his nerves were too bad. I was like, it's gonna be even worse. Like at home watching it on telly. And then my mum wouldn't go and she wouldn't watch it. But so she was like in the hallway, pacing up and down, going, what they say? Would you bloody watch it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel sorry for them that that's what it goes through. But I think a lot of parents are the same.
It's just I watched with the Fishers, and you see Johnny go in, and lovely family, and the mum, and you're like, oh fuck, this is so horrible.
Yeah,
you forget about it, and there's always a thing. I'll get really behind a fighter, and then they'll knock the guy out, and you'll be like, yeah, take that, you fucker, and then you'll just see like some 8-year-old in tears, and you go, oh, that's his son. It's really
Don't bring your kids to the boxing, man.
They shouldn't.
Don't bring your kids to the boxing.
Who always did? Was it Wilder always? There was always like 20 people there, and it's just like cut into like 4-year-olds in tears.
Americans love it. Like they'll have the whole
Alvarez always does.
Does he? Yeah, I think he's brought his kids lately. It might be at some point. I've got boys, like I've got 2 young boys, and literally the second one was born and I retired. I was like, that's enough. I'm 2 and I'm done. But then they watched me grow up. As they're growing up, they're watching me do nothing, like milling about, making myself busy, having little jobs, and then when he's retired. He's retired at 30. Like what is that?
That must be mad.
So
because they probably if they go to school and the kids' parents don't know who you are. And they go, I'll make friends, and they go, so what does your dad do? Go, oh, he's retired. They'd be like, oh, that means he's just unemployed.
He's unemployed, yeah. You had that.
Retiring at 30 is amazing.
Well, it was not an insecurity, but on the school run, you're like, I need to have something I'm saying. Because they're like, what are you doing today? It's like,
80,000 people at Wembley. That's all you need to say.
I've got something to do today. I'm going to do the podcast with Red.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Big one.
That got me through this week, and that's going to get me through next week as well.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I mean? What have you been up to? Podcasting.
Yeah.
Casting, yeah.
I'm knackered now.
Yeah. So now they've got to an age where they always knew I boxed. My dad and my father-in-law like let them know as like they do.
Do they like to box?
They haven't boxed. But
how old are they?
9 and 7.
Okay.
So they're still pretty young. Boxing. I don't think you need to start before you're like maybe 10. But I will teach them to box. I don't want them to box. Like I don't want another generation of Conor Benn or Eubank Jr.
Yeah, has Froch got kids?
Froch has got kids. Froch has
old?
got Rocket. Yeah, can you imagine?
Yeah.
A little bit older. Yeah. Oh, right. I'll say it. Don't give Froch the idea. He'll have him in the gym already.
He'd be well behind it, wouldn't he?
I think, I mean, I don't know if it's supposed to be a secret, but David Hayes' son, Cassius. I remember Cassius like when he was born. That's when I first started working with
I've
Hayes.
seen photos because he put some photos of him on Insta. And he looks like he's massive, like his dad.
And he's played high level tennis, but apparently now he's in the. I'm seeing more and more clips of him in the gym.
Yeah,
in the boxing gym. So I'm like, oh, is that another?
Looks
who's
good.
he going to fight? Yeah, it's like David Hayes' son. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I not enough to critique the technique, but he's definitely got abs. Like
yeah.
So I mean, and Ricky Hatton's son boxed.
Campbell.
They all do.
I watched him. He was on the undercard at Tottenham. I felt bad for him because he's sort of the pressure of that is insane. It's like you're getting you spoke because everyone's just going to go. Well, you're not your dad.
Well, he was thrust into the limelight straight away, and he didn't have a chance to develop.
Because also, what everyone forgot is that his dad, Ricky, was a slow build. It was like 8 years before he fought for a world title.
Yeah, Ricky was an exceptional amateur boxer, and then was training with the pros. And it was different era where they had a lot more fights and they came through slowly, and they would win an unknown version of a world title. He'd had a bunch of world title fights before he even boxed Costa Zoo, and that was when he become a proper world champion. And then he blew up. But the Hatton journey was incredible. Yeah. And Campbell, I don't know, maybe Campbell boxed a little bit as a kid, but all of a sudden it felt like, oh, Campbell wants to box. Here he is, here's his debut, and he's like sort of chief support for a TV show, and the pressure's on him, and he's got to go out and perform, and
he's coming out,
and the direct comparison to his dad, instantly. So
sort of same walkout music, wasn't it? I think, was it? Yeah.
And we're just there being nostalgic about his dad, and this is great. We're gonna watch. We start watching Ricky Hatton.
Oh, I remember he threw a left to the body, and everyone was like, "Wow." I mean, he's just throwing a punch. I remember Hatton losing to Pacquiao, and I think, if I remember, I remember it was like the worst sporting week of my life because I support Arsenal, and it was Arsenal United. Remember that goal Rooney Ronaldo scored? Do you like football? Yeah. And it was shown as Sky Sports placeholder for 10 years. It was up the whole pitch when they sort of played it across, and then Hatton fought Pacquiao, and I thought, okay, he's going to beat him, and then come back, and then it would be because the Mayweather loss. You go, well, he's lost to Mayweather, but then Pacquiao was just that was fucking devastating.
That was and it was a horrendous knockout, a brutal knockout. Pacquiao is dangerous, man. Do you know what I mean? And Hatton definitely wasn't right going into that fight. He had a new trainer. He had Mayweather Senior. It
was doing this weird, punching him in the stomach for ages, saying it's a new technique.
You can't understand. I don't know how they communicated. Because, he ain't gonna understand the Manc accent.
Not at all.
And you don't to his chest. Yeah. Floyd understands him because he's his dad. Yeah. But I don't think anyone else could. Yeah. So it was that was a bizarre one. And good on Hatton to go, right, well, I'm going to go with the best. This guy, these guys beat me, so I'm going to go with them, see what they can bring to the table. Similar to maybe what Joshua's doing with Usyk now. He's out training with the Usyk team. And probably, if it's not too late, will help. But that didn't help for poor Hatton. Yeah. And Pacquiao was a monster. We went out. I was fortunate enough to see him box live against Cotto at Mandalay Bay. And that would have been 2008, 2009. Yeah. And did
he make him quit or something? It was 11th round knockout or something like that.
It was, and we stayed at the Mandalay Bay, and I think he boxes Saturday night, and then Sunday night he rents out the arena again and does karaoke
because he loves to sing.
Yeah, he loves to sing,
and he's terrible at it.
Yeah, I don't know if he's terrible. Is he terrible? Yeah,
he was on the show, and it felt like they were mocking him. I think he was on the Tonight Show, and he sang this Filipino song.
Ah, well, there you go.
Yeah,
should have sang something that we can all sing along to. Sweet Caroline.
No, I
or
don't.
something.
I think it's a case of he's so hard, and then he goes, "I want to sing," and everyone goes, "Brilliant, we're gonna listen." You know,
Yeah.
like yeah. It's
They
kinda
didn't. They didn't release an album after that or anything.
I don't know. He probably has. It's probably number one in the Philippines because he's God. There.
Yeah, he is.
Did he build like 80,000 houses or something crazy? I think he took his Mayweather money and actually made housing for the whole.
Yeah, I mean
The whole
that's
country.
yes. Usually, if I meet someone who's Filipino, my next line is Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
And they, you know,
Have you met him?
yeah.
Good guy?
Yeah, great guy. And I met him recently out in Dubai. We was out for an event in Dubai, and I didn't do the Froch shake his hand and say, "Hi, Manny. I'm George Groves. I box in front of 8,000 people."
Yeah.
But I got a buddy to film it, and I said, "Look, just start filming. Like, but when he comes out, I'm gonna grab him and I'm gonna make out like we're really good friends." And
Yeah.
And I've got the clip, so I got the handshake, and then I'm talking, and then I think I said I was out and box. I watched you box on the man's day. You box so well. So yeah, got that clip. Manny Pacquiao, he's great. He was like one of my favourites during that.
Oh, he's
period while
amazing.
he was boxing.
I really wanted him to beat Mayweather. Really wanted him to.
Yeah,
But
you got to appreciate Mayweather, but
he's brilliant. But
safety first, and
always, and he's a wanker. Let's face it. You know what I mean? He really is. He's such a brilliant fighter, best of all time, probably up there. You know, though I don't think it's like he was so good, but there was no brilliant Mayweather nights ever.
no.
But maybe that's how good he was because
Yeah.
no one ever got. It was never a.
Well, things changed. Like after, when you watch him as he's trying to break through, I mean, you can tell he's a talent, but it was much more fun to watch.
Yeah.
So like
Was
post
that the pretty boy Floyd?
Yeah,
And then became
like-
Money Mayweather.
post Hatton, post De La Hoya,
Mm-hmm.
then he signed with, I think it was Showtime, and it was just crazy money
Mm-hmm.
for then. And it was like, I just got to keep winning, and he did. And it was-
Incredible boxer.
yeah,
But there was never like huge excitement of. I think the excitement in all his fights is someone going to finally knock him out because he's kind of like. It's I reckon people tuned in because they wanted him to get beaten.
yeah. I mean, there will be people there. I mean, I think he won a lot of people over who are like devout Mayweather fans, just in love with him, and they won't have anything ever said about him.
Yeah.
Definitely when he was boxing, because I boxed on was going to be his last fight on the undercard. He boxed Berto, and
Yeah.
I like, what was it like? I was like, I boxed before him, I lost, and I didn't go back. I wasn't interested in watching Mayweather.
Yeah.
So, it was
Would you gone back if it was Pacquiao?
no, because I'd lost.
Yeah,
I'd have thrown
you
from him,
sit
from
there and
yeah,
go,
but Mayweather, yeah.
What's it like boxing in Saudi Arabia?
Not that great, to be honest. It was a bit stale. We were the first ones. So Eddie will say, "Oh, we did the first show in Saudi with Joshua." He didn't. Like the first show in Saudi was me versus Callum Smith.
Is
And
that your last fight?
The last fight.
Yeah.
So that was the final of the World Boxing Super Series.
Yeah.
And because they just sold the rights. I mean, two Brits not fighting in the UK, it was bizarre, but they sold the fight to Saudi.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame because they're thinking Joshua Fury will be there. And they go, the money, but surely the money is here in England where they're from.
Yeah, it is, but it depends what they if they're getting paid what you talk about getting paid. That's not what the money. That's not what the fight generates.
No.
It's very simple. Like you say,
That turkey on a sheet, it fucking bothers me. Because he just gets up and he's 4 foot tall. He has no reason other than he's inherited loads of money. And he's like this kid who's got his own like playground where I want to. Sorry, he might have to work for DAZN or whatever. But like, he's gone. You fight you, and he's tight. And you remember, you used to make him hold his hand. Someone's made him stop doing that because it doesn't happen anymore. But he used to hold the fighter's hands, and they do a big. His Excellency, Turkey, all this shit. There's a whole thing. You're just some rich kid. who's got his, instead of train sets, you love boxing, and you paid for all these.
Yeah, he's bought boxing, and it's very sad in some ways because some sports can be bought and some sports can't. And, but boxing definitely can be. It goes to the highest bidder. Usually, people have run out of money, and then it moves on. But who knows whether? I mean, there's talk that Saudi might not be just spending money hand over fist indefinitely in
Apparently
other
it's
sports.
stopping as well. It's
So-
gone down apparently already, is what I was hearing.
Yeah, but when you hear these crazy figures that the guys are getting paid, one, you have to be like, is that true? Is it not? Is it just for tabloids? And also, if the fight can get done for 20 million each, why pay them 100 million each? Like, they're not going to go, no, I'm not boxing for 20 million. Like, because what are their alternatives? Their alternatives is don't box. And if you say, well, how much is it that you can sell 80,000 tickets at Wembley? Average ticket price has gone up. Maybe it's 80 to 100 quid. You're like, okay, well, it's 8 million on the gate. And then 25 quid for a pay-per-view. You've done another million. You've got to share that with DAZN or whoever it may be. You ain't getting nowhere near the money that's being talked about, what these guys are getting paid.
Yeah.
So if they are just spending that much to pay these purses, fantastic for the boxers. Like, that's incredible for the boxers. But you have to also factor in that could just end instantly. Because if it's a business that doesn't wash its face, like, what's the point?
It's because it's just money that's not there. Because you watch the fights and there's 10,000 people there. Really not whatever tops, and then I always see the front rows just full of these guys on their phones.
Like Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, no, but it'll be like Saudi kids, princes who just don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few celebrities out there, isn't there, who like love their boxing, and I used to love watching that in the old days. Like, you could watch a Tyson fight, and you got like Jack Nicholson ringside,
Great.
this one, and it's because they love their boxing.
Yeah.
And they're not just flown. It's not Eminem flown in, paid $1 million. Can you sit ringside? And he's just
And
like,
then rap on the
okay,
way in.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, there's a fight over. Whoosh, get me out of it.
Yeah.
Like, I think actually, to be fair to Eminem, I think he is actually a boxer.
He loves Crawford, doesn't he? Because he brought Crawford out.
But there'll be others where you just hear.
What are you doing? Yeah. I went ringside for a Tama versus Franklin in Manchester, and it was great. But you're not allowed to drink.
Right.
Yeah, big problem. So they can't have pints. Why is because I suppose if you appear on TV and you got a pint, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It might depend on the venue sometimes.
Yeah, is that a Riyadh season problem?
No, it might be a problem in Riyadh. Like, you
Of course,
can't have a drink.
You can't go there. Yeah, like.
But boxing, a lot, maybe not. Maybe they won't let them in ringside because they don't want to see you there chugging a pint.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, it's to diminish the
yeah. Well, because I went
fun of
out
ringside.
ringside for Dubois Usyk too, so I was like 5 rows back in the second bit, and then it was like there was a little barrier, and it was like Jason Statham or whatever. But then I now realise outer ringside's the best place to be. Because you can have beers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So a little life hack for anyone listening.
Jason Statham's listening, buddy. If you just jump back a couple of seats.
Five seats back, have a beer.
Yeah.
But he probably doesn't drink. He's in great shape.
Well, let's find out what he is drinking.
Yeah.
Follow that.
Well, now, actually, if I was really ringside again, I would somehow but I suppose I couldn't take water into the venue. Vodka in a bottle. We'll work it out. You probably don't get searched, do you, on your way in?
Come with me.
I'll come with you. This is already sorted. Thank you. And if you don't have enough, if you've got people coming with you, if I just send you bottles of water full of vodka, you can take them in and then just distribute them.
How many are we talking about?
You're now a mule.
Yeah, no, I carry a little bag. Then, and don't get me, I am not no face, should we say, at ringside. Like, I know the ones who know me, so I'll gravitate towards, because usually it's the same sort of security team. But you could easily be showing up at the Manchester Arena and you've got like a work experience kid on whatever the minimum wage is. Yeah. And he's like, have you got the right pass? He's like, nah.
No.
But I have boxed it like 7 times.
Oh,
and they're like,
yeah.
Right. Sorry, you can't come through here. It's like, then you're looking for someone, you go,
yeah,
please get me. And then it's always like 1 or 2 guys.
And no one knows anything that's going on, I find. They go, where's this part? And they go, I don't know. It's like, but you work here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I might have to smuggle a bottle of vodka up my arse next time I go. Or swallow it and then shit it out. And we'll work it out anyway. As this is a wellness podcast,
right?
We discuss morning routines. Can you say what your routine was and is now?
Yeah, so my routine when I was boxing, it was like I'm not an early guy. I'm not like, right, let's get up at 4, go for a run at 5, and all that jazz. I did it a couple of times, but no, I used to like to get. We used to train when I used to train with David Hay. We used to train. He used to like to punch in the evening, so I punched in the evening, and then you couldn't wind down after. So I'd be up past midnight, and I'd have a slow start in the morning, breakfast, which would be anything, bit of protein, bit of oats. And then gets to do a conditioning type session midday. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now with kids, it's their routine. Like I'm just up. We're up before 7, and then I'm the chef in the morning. I'll do breakfast. Try and get them to eat something rather than anything else. Like the kids stress me out because my whole life was revolved around like not being allowed to eat. It's like, and that used to torture me. I quit boxing because I was tired of being tired and hungry.
And because in the fight week it's dangerous, isn't it? You guys keep to a certain weight. Did you ever have to end up in the sauna and just
Always.
sit there for how many hours would you have to go?
So it would. Everyone has a different way of making weight, and strictly you're not allowed to use saunas. So when Eubank Jr. puts a video up of him sweating out in a sauna, what would happen to anyone else if it wasn't him? The border control would step in and go, "You're not fighting."
Why can't you use sort of dangerous?
Yeah, you can't. You're not allowed to dehydrate to make a weight. How else can you do it? No other way, right?
Yeah.
But they think you should be training off the excess weight over a period of time and then just weighing your natural weight. That's a lovely thought, but that's not the truth. You're still training off weight throughout the whole camp, should we say? So I used to average 1 kilo a week to take off, but then a good camp would mean I would get down to 80 kilos, 81 kilos, and then the last 4 or 5 kilos I'd take off the night before, where you either layer up, so you put plastic on and do an exercise, run, skip, pads, whatever, or you could do sauna. Sauna. Some people like a hot bath, some people like loads of other things, but yeah, sauna was pretty cool, pretty good for me. And yeah, you sweat that last bit off, you get on the scales, you weigh in, and then you rehydrate, refuel, and you're back up to whatever weight you were before you started. So that's
and have you ever had to go like 3 days without eating to make weight?
No, I never really did that. You do like intermittent fasting now is something that people have found out about. I've been doing intermittent fasting since I was 10 years old. Intermittent fasting is I can't have dinner tonight because I've got to weigh in. I've got fighting the schoolboys on Saturday, so stuff like that. But prolonged sort of fasting ain't really ideal. And then really what I would do is just manipulate the water that you hold at the end. So that's how I make weight. But Mexicans come over and they use like that tactic when they just don't eat and sleep for a week. So you'll be fighting a Mexican in the championship. You fly them over. They land Monday. They just stay in the hotel room, and just sleep it off.
Really?
Yeah. So and it's quite I didn't realize how much you can lose through just not eating for like quite a prolonged period of time. Because really, we never go longer than 24 hours. Do you? Like if you had dinner Monday and then you woke up and you had a really busy Tuesday and you don't eat again till dinner, that's 24 hours. But that ain't really make much of a difference. If you did another day, you probably lose half a stone. But life's too short to be hungry, mate.
Yeah.
Life's too. I mean, everything in moderation. That's the thing. It's knowing what moderation is. Yeah. 12 bottles of vodka up your arse to get into the boxing. That's not moderation.
No, it's not.
But
good,
if we can get 1.5, just in case you got to share with someone.
Of course.
Yeah.
They might not want to share it, but
you'll be surprised.
Yeah.
By the time you're ringside and you're desperate, you're like, I can go to the bar.
Yeah.
It can take fucking 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Give me some of that.
Yeah.
Arse vodka.
Like, give me that.
Yeah. He probably knows how to do it. He's probably done it for a movie or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. No. If anyone,
they would have taught him because he's had obviously some like ex special service type military grade.
He was a diver
training
as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Olympic. Was he Olympic? Oh, maybe somewhere.
He's diving for your
for your
vodka bottles, only.
So George, what would your red talk be on?
Well, my red talk would be on influencer boxing.
Okay.
I had a little think about this. I was like, not that I'm an expert in it, But I think it's a fantastic talking point. I would gauge the crowd like maybe you do when you go into perform, and I'd be like, are they into it or are they not? And if they're not, then I'd shit on it, like say how awful it is. But if they're sort of into it, I'm like, yeah, what about this? What about that? Let's do it. So I just think we haven't got nowhere near the sort of the edges of what influencer boxing can be.
So you think a good thing then?
Yeah, because right now you've got like a couple of ladies who maybe their OnlyFans haven't quite taken off. They're going for a fight. And then there's a couple of like manosphere type chaps.
Yeah, everyone's gunning for. Andrew Tate just got battered by a Love Island guy.
Yeah, so that's not ideal.
That guy's not even a fighter, is he?
Yeah.
He looked terrible.
I haven't seen the fight.
I
haven't seen the fight. But Andrew Tate, top G.
Yeah.
Not anymore, is he?
No. He got beaten by a Love Island guy.
Yeah.
Which is, and then who was it? HS Tiki Toki's had some fights.
Tiki Toki's had
Jake
a go.
Paul is obviously.
Jake Paul. I mean, we've got the latest one, I think, is Tommy Fury this time, fighting the Beast, Eddie Hall.
That's ridiculous.
But that, that's nowhere near what I think.
How far do you want it to go?
Like real celebrity boxing.
Kate Middleton versus Meghan Markle. Perfect.
There you go. You've been sitting on that for a while.
I was thinking about that. Well, because Jake Paul was like, I'm the biggest name in boxing. It's like, no, you're not. It's a freak show. And if Meghan Markle fought Kate Middleton, that would generate more than any other fight. It doesn't mean they're the biggest names in boxing. It's just,
True.
You know what I mean?
Exactly that.
It's exactly 100. That. Like Jake Paul, people want to see him get knocked out. He did. I think it was. I mean, that would have been better against Joshua if it was round one. But I watched that fight and I was like, Josh is fighting somebody. It's not like kind of. He went 6 rounds with Jake. Went 6 rounds with Joshua, but not in a fight.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about that. And anyone who thought he could get knocked out instantly, no way. He came and he ran out of steam from running, and then he got caught. It could have been a lot worse. Like he could have survived. Like he could have gone points, and then he would have told everyone, I went points to Joshua. I should have won.
But the fact is, I think if he'd have come to fight, it would have lasted a round.
Yeah,
that's. I think a better fighter who actually came to win would have got knocked out quicker.
Yeah,
because you look at him, Josh is like, this is not like anything I've fought before because he's not doing anything. There's no traps you can even set because he's not fighting. It was just hugging his knees the whole time. And I think that ended him as a sort of like, because he was always like, I'm a legit. And he said, you're not. It's not a. And I'm sure he could batter me and most people in the street. But as a boxer, would you say, could he win a British title?
No.
No,
No. He's like, you'd say he's a cruiserweight and he wouldn't win a British title.
No.
He's a keep fit, fighter.
And he's done well for being a YouTube guy.
But he's relatively athletic, like naturally, and he trains like a professional, and he has done for years now. Yeah. So
he flies in the best people.
Yeah.
Because I was not in boxing. I always thought you guys know. It's a small world like comedy. Whispers from the gym. You probably all know what's going on. And there's no way at one point he went, you know what? Let's just completely off camera. Let's fly in a top 10 cruiserweight and let's see how I do. And he would have gotten flattened. Surely that's happened.
But he had sparring. He had Lawrence Okoli.
Yeah.
And he had a couple of others. I can't remember who they were now. I think he had an American lad. And they are high level quality fighters. But sparring is kind of different as well. And they won't really. Okoli won't give the game away. But you can sort of tell.
Do you reckon he ever called Joshua on his break and went, "Oh, you're gonna fucking kill this guy"? Jake's like, "What are you up to, mate?" Just nothing, just chatting to a friend.
Yeah, just waiting for a mate. Yeah, yeah, maybe.
It was like.
Do you reckon Joshua was worried and he had a spy in the camp and he's like. He's calling Okoli. And Okoli's like, no, bro, I can't tell you, man. I'm here. I'm not Team Paul, but I'm here. He's giving me $1,000 a week. I can't tell you how he's getting on. I'm really worried, bro. Like, he might. What if he does me? Is he going to beat me? Just let me know. Can I win?
That's the thing. Yeah. And do you think $1,000 a week? You think you get more? I thought they get more than that from Jake Paul. Is he?
I mean, that's good pay.
Really, $1,000 a week for sparring?
I mean, it depends how much you want to pay. He might need more. They could say, no, I want more. Jake Paul's kind of out of the loop. He's not in the boxing circles. They could have told him, "Oh, sparring that costs $10,000 a week."
Yeah, he doesn't know.
And he might have got stuck. Yeah.
I
mean, apparently he's got loads of money, and
he does.
and he's happy to spend it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Could be.
Who would you want to fight in a
celebrity match? Yeah, that's a good one.
Misfits.
Yeah. I did.
Would you fight Jake Paul?
Jake Paul?
Easy.
Yeah. I mean, you'd train for it.
Because Froch was angling for it for a bit.
Froch was desperate for it, wasn't he? Like, Froch was desperate for it. Like, he
was angry, wasn't he? Jake Paul.
Yeah. Well, he will just have an argument with anyone now on his channel, which is, it does great for him.
Yeah.
And
I always watch it.
He'll come round like, oh, look, and he's back to John Fury, and then he's back, and then he's picking on Joshua again, and Jake Paul, I think he it's a delicate one because he doesn't want to look like he's chasing for the fight. If someone could say to him, "There you go, Froch. There's the fight with Jake Paul." I think.
What happens in a Froch Jake Paul fight? Because Froch is 49 now, is he?
Yeah, Jake Paul beats him.
You think?
Yeah, Jake Paul's too big.
He's too young.
Too young, too fresh, trained like a pro. Like he's been getting punched in the face regularly now for the last few years, where Froch hasn't.
Yeah.
I assume he hasn't been sparring and that.
Yeah, and he is nearly 50.
He's nearly 50, yeah.
I remember when Paul fought Mike Tyson, everyone was like, yeah, it's Tyson. You go, Tyson is a sportsman. He's 20 to, he's 58. Did you see when he got off the plane? And it's like, it doesn't matter, I'll say this with confidence, could have beaten Muhammad Ali in the last 10 years of his life. You know what I mean? Does that mean I can beat Muhammad Ali? It's fucking ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? It's like, why? I don't know why anyone thought, but it's Mike Tyson, if he lands that, and it's like, he's not going to. And all the sparring, they didn't even show sparring, they showed him hitting a heavy bag or doing the pads and stuff. You're like, yeah, but this is...
Yeah, it's
and
clip it.
You filmed 10 seconds of this. You didn't film the afterwards or any of that.
Yeah, I mean, Froch. I'm sure Froch was all beg to differ, and a lot of people will as well. But he's done very well for himself, Jake Paul.
Yeah,
but really, I'm a coach now. I'm a coach, and I'm coaching a young prospect. He's 8-0. He's 22 years of age. He's a cruiserweight. He's 6'3". He's got 5% body fat.
Yeah. What's he called?
Lucas Rohrig.
Okay.
Really, really good fight. He's gonna take over the world one day.
Yeah.
And but there's so much. I've got a lot more knowledge than he does, but I don't have the physicality to back it up anymore.
Yes.
So there's no point. I can't even pretend to be able to compete with him because I ain't the same human being I was once. I'm not athletic enough. If I can see the shots coming, but that's as good as it gets. They're gonna come and and I ain't gonna get out of the way of them. And then when I can see the shots, I can land, but they ain't gonna land because they ain't coming quick enough.
Yeah.
So you have to own up to Father Time.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, would it happen in comedy?
Yeah, everyone gets dated.
Can you slow down?
Comedy ages terribly, and then suddenly you're the sort of 60-year-old. Everyone's like, God, this guy's fucking. He's
who's dated terribly for you?
Not some. I mean, you watch Little Britain again, or what was that show they did? Come Fly Me, Lucas blacked up.
Yeah.
He's dressed
I
up
felt
as
like
Chinese.
even then they were pushing it a bit then, weren't they?
I felt like the 70s then. That was 2012. But then he's, Williams, I think, plays a Chinese prostitute called Ting Ting, and they probably do his face and the eyes, That was 14 years ago. Could have been 50 years ago.
Yeah.
But no, I just think comedy because every generation has this new thing. They sort of go, no one rewatches. I suppose 40,000 times. I think the only thing that works is if your dad showed it to you. That's how. The Office will be great forever. To me, that's the best show ever made. And I love 40 Times. I used to watch Only Fools and Horses with my mum and my brothers, and I love that. And I still will like that. But I think it has to be nostalgic as well, have a place. Dumb and Dumber, I think, is always going to be funny to me.
Yeah. Because you saw it as a kid.
Yeah, Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Loved it. I mean, any Ben Stiller film. Starsky and Hutch, I was a teenager when they came out, or 11 when that came out. Zoolander, but I wonder if it was just put in front of me now, having no history, would I go, maybe I probably still would.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to think of which one it was. I remember trying to watch American Pie not that long ago and being like, oh, this was like the best thing when I was a kid. And now I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah,
I've lost it.
It does, because things change. I don't know why. Music doesn't age.
No.
Like the Stones.
Music gets better,
The Beatles. And you're just like, this is better. Look at what happened with Oasis coming back, you know? What is better at the moment than them? Nothing.
Yeah.
It's that to come back, like, what was they put out Morning Glory in, like, 1996, so 20 years later, or 19 or whatever, they can come back and be the most relevant thing in the world and the biggest thing. What?
30 years later.
30, fucking hell, mass is terrible. But yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, comedy, everyone's like, nah, done that. Piss off.
Yeah, well, like, I just, and then you go on a journey, don't you, as a comedian? Do you ever feel like you're changing? as you're
Yeah,
going
I
on?
hope so. I'm better than I was, and I think stuff you look at, you go, oh, you didn't have to do that. But you know, it's always it always changes and stuff. Like people grow, and you're like not as angry as you were when you're younger, and you know, and you actually. I think as you get older, you get more empathetic as well. So I always thought, especially I had a kid, and now having a kid, you look at everyone, you're like, oh, it's just this was a stupid little boy at one point, and now he's alone in the world as a man, and you sort of feel bad because at one point he was 3, and he'd do a shit picture, and everyone would tell him it was great, and it's actually quite sad. It's because you look at your kid and you go, I hate to think of you out there, and everyone going, fuck me there, you know, it's like the sort of the way I used to jump down people's throats or think that people would go, he needs to be cut down, taken down a peg. I don't feel that as much as I used to.
No, yeah.
When you're young, you sort of go, oh, well, he's obviously an arrogant wank. When you actually, he's probably insecure. He's been shitting it coming in here and thought, you know. I'd see someone with some sunglasses and be like, I'm going to ruin that guy's day because he looks like a twat. You know, that's when you're at school, you're like that. You know?
There's still a place for it.
It is a place for it. I think I still would a little bit, but maybe I just feel bad afterwards. Yeah. You've got to. You know.
They got to expect it.
Yeah.
I'll get like so I went through my journey of boxing was like, you know, when people get like, oh, they're on your side, and I boxed DeGale and everyone was on my side. Then I boxed Froch and everyone wanted me to lose, right? Yeah. And I was like, oh. But at that point, I'm like, right, well, I'm not gonna lean into who likes me and who don't, because who cares? Like, I don't know them, I don't care. And then I boxed on that Mayweather card. I boxed this fella Badu Jack, and I lost. And then no one cared. And then I was like, oh wow, that's even worse. Yeah, the people giving you praise or hate, like, and then no one giving you nothing. So then you're like, all right. And all them experiences I tried to stay grounded with, because ultimately, you know, for boxers, they retire and then they've lost their purpose because they're like, oh, I'm not a boxer anymore. What am I? No one cares. And boxing moves on really quickly. So I think you see fighters lingering on. It's because crisis of identity. They're like, who am I?
Who am I now? Well, that's what I was saying earlier. With like, because you just, you know, when I said, did you miss, or how did it feel quit, or, you know, stopping? Because, you know, that's you see it with the fighters. It's the whole identity is that thing, and the fight week, and you're the guy, and there's a big picture of you in Vegas, and everyone's around going, oh, no, and everyone's talking. And you see it with boxers at fights as well. They're kind of still retired boxers.
Yeah. Keep me busy. I'm in there. Remember me?
Yeah, and just sort of like, you can see, like, you know, they miss it, because I suppose, especially when you start at 10, it's your whole life.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it is. Yeah. It can be, and it will be. Boxing will be my life forever.
What do you do to keep yourself amused? Because how do you get adrenaline rush now?
No, I don't really need it.
No,
like,
that's great.
Do you know, like, I feel like I've lived a lifetime at 30, right? Because at 10 years old, I was like militant, like training 5-6 times a week. You know, never had not a compromised childhood, but that sort of thing. And I lived and breathed every second of it. You know, if I'd lost, I was devastated.
Yeah.
So by the time I got to 30, I was like, I'm just happy to kick back. Do you know what I mean? My neighbour retired exactly the same time as I did. I didn't know. He told me. Mine was in the papers, but he was like, retirement age.
Yeah, he's 65 or something.
So he's like,
that's so funny.
What should we do? And I'm like, I'm going to get another job.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to do something. Yeah. I'm not ready to, like...
And you do pundit stuff and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I do punditry stuff. That's where I get my boxing fix. I get to sit ringside and call the big fights when they come round. And then, the media stuff like this is great fun.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing. And that's more than enough for me. It's just... I always like being creative, so whenever you can be have a little creativeness, that's fun, isn't it?
Well, with your Misfits dream to make it more extreme.
Yeah, there's Misfits dream.
What fights are you thinking of? So we got. I put forward Kate versus Meghan. Who are you having?
Yeah, I think non-sporting. So where you're at now, so you've got royals, royal wags.
Yeah.
Love that. Politicians.
Okay.
So could be. You want it to be sort of fair. I saw a clip of the Polish sort of president or prime minister on the bag, and then they show Keir Starmer.
Oh, yeah, we're not having that.
You can't match them two chaps. Like, it's not going to last long. Yeah. So I don't know, but that could be the way forward for a lot of problems. A lot of world problems. It's like just you watch Troy, and they go, let's just have one. Agamemnon's like 1v1. Let's solve all our problems. And he goes, Achilles, and maybe Achilles. If we've got an Achilles in the politics world, and we take over the world, just one dude. Misfits, 5 3-minute rounds. If winner takes all.
Imagine the pay-per-view as well when your country. Future depended on it.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be so intense. That's a good plan. Yeah,
you're gonna really start thinking about who you're voting, and you're gonna go out and vote, because if it's like Trump, and you're like, we could probably get someone to bash up Trump. He's not. It's not a force, is he?
No.
He's a great trash talker, but he probably goes.
Fight week would be great.
We can do him. But
he'd cheat. I think his spin cycle would be pretty dodgy. Wouldn't it?
Fake news.
Yeah. You literally have a metal hand. That would be because instead of millions of people dying, civilians and stuff. You send 2 of the toughest guys. So would it be the leader is the tough guy, or would he have a chosen guy?
It's got to be the leader, really.
Yeah.
No, because then you're taking the piss, aren't you? Really?
Yeah.
Because you are just gonna go. All right, well, we will pick Usyk, and then all of a sudden we're living under Ukrainian law.
I think Usyk would be a good leader as well as the fighting.
Absolutely,
he seems like he's compassionate and he's intelligent.
He'd be a fantastic stand-up.
I love his stuff. Greedy Belly. Yeah, it's such a good name for Tyson Fury. Everyone loves him. I think he's massive in this country. Like it's sort of.
He's my favourite fighter.
I do as well.
Do you know why? I grew up watching. Rick Mel and Adrian Emberson, bottom, and
so my wife is Rick Mel's daughter.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, that's funny.
Doesn't Usyk remind you of Rick Mel?
Yeah, he could do. Yeah, I haven't thought that.
I'll send you a comparison picture. I've got it.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Wow.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
There you go. Sorry, I wasn't trying to. No. Feed that into the conversation.
When you said Hammersmith, I wanted to say because there's a bench there for him. And they used to. That bottom was there.
Yeah. So that must have been wildly inappropriate for like a pre-teen to watch. But I used to watch the live shows at Apollo, like really on VHS.
Yeah.
Love those two guys. Like,
oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I was thinking that earlier. I go, God, I wonder if he's walked past the bench. And do you live around there now?
My mum and dad still live there. Yeah, and my boys go to school close there. So I'm in the area all the time. I've parked outside the bench today because I've got a permit to jump on the tube.
I think she was born in Hammersmith Hospital. Were you born there? Probably the same place. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was because they're all from around there. Well, no, not from there, but they lived there for 30-something years. Yeah. That's crazy.
Wow. There you go. So she should do some DNA. What's it? Ancestral DNA.
Yeah.
See if she's related to.
So my daughter might be Usyk's relation. That'd be fucking awesome.
Get into boxing.
And maybe I'll be able to drink at ringside. Yeah. George, thank you so much for coming on, man. That was great. And George, you got a YouTube show.
Yeah, it's called the George Groves Boxing Club. So a little bit different from the podcast I used to do where I used to get a guest in every week. But now more of a solo effort. And I'll break down the big fights as they happen, the previews beforehand, and then start doing some boxing tips as well. You need to give me some tip how to get the vodka in ringside. And I'll teach you how to throw a jab and a right hook.
Okay, awesome. Cheers, George. Thanks a lot.
Mate.
Cheers.